counting down the minutes to the first pitch of today's game.
Yes!
Who's in the starting lineup?
Come on, son, you got to get out there and take the mound. It's game time.
What does the skipper have to say?
It's an attitude, you got to be willing to defend. You got to be willing to base run, or you can't play here.
It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook with Tommy Wortz on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Welcome in to the leadoff show live from the 1250 AM 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Tommy Wortz here with you. Steve Sparky Fifer down at Moe's in Tosa going to join the show as well for the next hour. Milwaukee Brewers, the last road game of the season, wrapping things up for Game 3 against the San Diego Padres. It'll be Chad Patrick on the mound for Milwaukee, going up against Dylan Cease of the Padres. 3:10 first pitch from Petco Park in San Diego. Game number 159 on the year. What's the lineup looking like for today? Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Thanks again to Lakeland University for being a part of the leadoff show. Experience it your way, lakeland.edu. First up for San Diego today, leading things off at first base, it'll be Luis Arias. Manny Machado back in the lineup will bat second, play third base. Jackson Merrill in center field will bat third. Gavin Sheets in left field batting fourth today. Xander Bogaerts is the shortstop batting fifth, while Ryan O'Hearn is the DH batting sixth. Ramon Laureano in right field will bat seventh. Jake Cronenworth, the second baseman, bats eighth. Freddie Fermin rounds things out. He is the catcher batting ninth. Now for the Milwaukee Brewers, leading it off, the DH, Christian Yelich. Jackson Churio will bat second, play center field. Bryce Terang at second base will bat third. Andrew Vaughn cleanup, batting first. Sal Frelick in right field to bat fifth. Caleb Durbin at third base will bat sixth. Jake Bowers in left field batting seventh today. Andrew Monasterio, the shortstop, will bat eighth. And rounding things out for the crew, batting ninth, catching, it'll be Danny Jansen. Tommy Wortz here with you now, joined by Steve Sparky Fifer. Thanks for letting me take over your 2 o'clock spot today, Mr. Fifer. Wisconsin Sports Daily will come up and go from 3 to 5 today, but with a 3:10 first pitch, Brewers versus Padres, we will be interrupting for the first hour here. And quite frankly, Mr. Spark, the last 2 days not been kind in San Diego for the crew.
Doesn't matter. Who cares? I don't care.
You don't care?
It doesn't. I don't care. They don't care. They
Why?
don't care.
Yeah.
Why should I care? Why should you care? Well, you have to care. But why should we care, really, at the end of the day? They're putting Bruce Zimmerman on the mound. You don't care.
Yeah.
You ain't trying to win. You won the NL Central. You realize that the magic number is what now? 2 to get 1 overall. That's going to happen because the Phillies are going to lose a couple games, regardless if the Brewers lose out. They're going to get 2. They're going to celebrate 1 overall, which is fine. The Brewers quit. They're done. They don't care. They're just trying to get to the finish line here as healthy as possible because they have all these injuries on the pitching side, all these dudes rehabbing. They're trying to figure out who's going to be healthy enough to be on the divisional roster. You have the players themselves, the hitters. What is it about for them? Man, they're trying to get roster bonuses, incentive bonuses for whatever the case may be that might be in their contracts and set themselves up for arbitration in the offseason. So there's still some personal goals and so forth. You still want to set yourself up to make more money at the end of the day. But as far as the organization and how they're playing this thing, we're pushing back, another pitcher. So here comes Chad Patrick now. This is about rest, keeping people healthy, and getting to the postseason. I'm sorry, you're not going to convince me that you're trying to win when Bruce Zimmerman is put out on the mound when nobody, including you, Mr. Minor Leagues yourself, was ever even asking for Bruce Zimmerman to be brought up at any point this season, on any leadoff show all year long. The Ironworkers would have had you fired had you asked for Bruce Zimmerman to be brought up. They sponsor this segment. They're like, that's it. We need somebody else, man. He's lost his marbles on the leadoff show, Sparky. Find somebody else. So not even you asked for Bruce Zimmerman to be brought up.
Well, he was kind of out of prospect range, so you knew that the AAA level Nashville was a lot more veterans and experienced big leaguers that were always getting the call, right? Jorge Alfaro, now Luis Arias is there. They had the Bobby Dahlbeck experiment going on. And usually it makes for better radio, and it feels like I have been on the contrarian side more than you lately. I agree with you, Sparky. I really do. I can't even fight against you right now because it does feel like, and maybe it has for a week and I was trying to fight it, but it does feel like this is now officially looking ahead with this Brewers team for the first time really all season, right?
Once they clinched, it was over.
They just were looking ahead from that moment on, and even just getting into September a little bit, right? Once that McGill injury happens, then everyone's like, oh, that's a big deal. Like, that needs to be communicated, that we need to make sure that what helped us get here to this point was the strength of this bullpen, because no starter ever goes more than 6 innings, it feels like.
Yep.
And you can really put that number down to 5 on most of these guys. The bullpen played such a pivotal role for this Milwaukee Brewers team. And yesterday they go start out Bruce Zimmerman. Game was over in the first inning, the grand slam. I mean, it was over from that moment on. And it does feel like the Brewers are not in control of their own destiny for the first time. They could go out right now, win 2 games, and it's all over. They have the number 1 seed. But really, it just feels like they're banking on other teams to crumble at this time. Now, I will say this, Sparky, every playoff team right now in the NL, with exception to the San Diego Padres, feels like they're doing the same thing and sputtering at the end of the season right now. So maybe that's something in favor of Milwaukee, but like the buzz kind of dying down almost, and the excitement, because August was so awesome. And maybe we are spoiled, similar to Badger fans, because August was so great. But September sure feels like they're crawling across the finish line.
I like to bring something up, if you don't mind, concerning the Milwaukee Brewers. I'm not going to do it during my show. We're up against the Brewers, so it would be, it's kind of pointless in my mind. So you realize they had 2 11-game winning streaks. Mm-hmm. They won 14 games in a row. And all the tweets and all the stats that came out after that was, that doesn't matter. Nobody wins a World Series when you have those type of winning streaks during the year. Most teams end up losing in the playoffs right away. So don't read too much into it. Don't get too excited about it. Okay, fine. How about this stat from earlier today from OptaStats on Twitter?
Yep.
The Mets lost 7 straight in June. They lost 7 straight again in August, and they've lost 8 straight in September. That's a lot of losing, right? A lot. The only team in MLB history to have 3 separate 7-game losing streaks and yet still make the playoffs was the 2006 Cardinals, who went on to win the World Series that year. So we can talk about how great winning is and all of that stuff, but then you could take the opposite side of it and talk about a team that's had all of these losing streaks throughout the year, and there's at least an example that you can point at and go, hey, they won. They won the World Series, right? They've figured it out. The Cardinals figured it out. Now, Cardinal way, whatever you want to call it. The challenge for the Milwaukee Brewers is quite simple at this point. If you're not going to try to play to finish strong and have some momentum going into the playoffs, you get that break of about a week to figure things out, because your first game is going to be, what was it, August 4th, I believe it was, 4th and 6th, your first 2 home games, I think Rick Schlesinger said.
October
4th.
Yes.
What did I say, September?
You said August, but you were talking about
definitely
August.
Not August.
Got it.
Definitely not. October 4th, October 6th. So the way that lines up, that's a Saturday and a Monday. So that means when this season ends on Sunday, you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to figure it out, have a couple of, walk-through practices, try and build that confidence level back up, try and find it. And then you hope when the lights go on and you're at home and American Family Field is lit and everybody's screaming and yelling, that all kind of gets behind you. We find the euchre magic again, and we get ourselves out to, a 2-0 lead in the series and feel good going on the road. At that point, I think all Brewers fans would be like, okay. We're fine. But if the lights go on and you go 1-1 out of that first 2 games out of Milwaukee, or God forbid 0 for 2, then there's going to be panic, and the same old Brewers conversation is going to start again.
Absolutely. It is the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz, Steve Sparky Fifer joining you here for the first hour, interrupting Wisconsin Sports Daily. That will resume from 3 to 5 today after this show concludes.
Mike Wall coming up today.
Mike Wall.
320, former Packers offensive lineman, to talk about this disaster of a line that they have.
Disaster is maybe an understatement after that week in Cleveland. And now, closing things out this year, Brewers' last road game on the season, and they will then have Cincinnati, who is also fighting for their playoff lives now here. As of right now, the playoff picture looking like this in Major League Baseball. If it ended today, the Brewers are the 1 seed, the Phillies are the 2 seed, the 3 seed is the LA Dodgers, the Cubs at 4, Padres at 5, the New York Mets currently in 6th right now for a chance to make it. However, though, looking at the wild card standings, and really you can look at divisional, because the Padres coming out hot now, just 1.5 back of the Dodgers, still a chance to win the division in the National League West. The Reds just 1 game back of those Mets. So you know that it doesn't get easier after today either, Sparky, because there's another team fighting for their playoff lives coming to American Family Field this weekend.
If I'm the Reds, I'm excited. You roll over and play dead for us. That would be great. You'll help us get into the postseason. And like you were saying earlier, these other teams that are getting into the playoffs aren't playing all that well either. The Cubs have their own problems going on right now. Kyle Tucker still doesn't know if he's going to be able to play in the wild card round. That's still a big question mark. Cade Horton, who has been the rock in that rotation more so than Imanaga in the last month or so, his back tightens up. He gets pulled early in his last start. So they have their own issues if the Brewers were to get the Cubs in the second round. This Padres series, was supposed to kind of be that preview of maybe the divisional round of, okay, let's see how we stack up against the Padres and see what happens. And the Brewers said, not so fast. We're not going to show them anything. We're just going to kind of hang out, get through the series. We're not going to show them any of our guys, and let's see how they handle it in the divisional round when we get to that point. The issue is I still don't know who's pitching game 3. Like, if 3's in San Diego, if game 3's at Wrigley, I still don't know who the starter is. I don't think you know who the starter is. I don't think they know who the starter is.
So have you changed your tone on the Woodruff injury not being a concern for you?
Well, yeah. I guess I have. I mean, when you say that we're going to get a second opinion, that means you didn't get the right answer, right?
Yeah.
You didn't get the right answer. So you're going to get the second opinion. As I've said before, I don't trust Quintana at all, not in any way, shape, or form. But of what's there right now,
who else to trust?
He has to be the game 3 guy.
Who else?
Because otherwise, Logan Henderson is getting closer to coming back, but you're not going to send him out there without any type of rehab, which he's not going to have because the minors are done. You're not going to send him out there and go pitch. What's probably going to happen is it's going to be a bullpen game.
Well, let me
Ashby's going to start.
Yeah, I was going to ask, how do you feel about throwing a guy out there that hasn't pitched in the big leagues all year if his name is Bob Gasser to open up a game?
I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe they open up with Gasser. I think they open up with Ashby and see what happens with Ashby.
Well, and that's a guy that can go 3 innings, no problem, right? If he's on.
Even if he pitches in game 1, you can still bring him back to start game 3 because you have all these days off. There's game 1, day off. Game 2, a day off. Game 3. So you have all these days in between. You have 3 days in between. So he'll come back. He'll be fresh. He can go out there and start that one. And then from Ashby, then you can go to Mizorowski. Then you can go back to Gasser if you want, right? Go lefty, righty, lefty. All guys bringing it, all different variations of stuff, and then see what happens. I think that might be more of a chance of seeing that if Quintana can't go.
Carlos Rodriguez was also recalled from AAA Nashville prior to today's game. Bruce Zimmerman was DFA, designated for assignment. Yes,
it was fun.
No one. I think really. I usually lead off the show as well with the transactional news, but a whole bunch of nothing on that. It feels like, Spark.
How about last night, Murphy? Boys, I'm really happy. I mean, that was good. He got us through 6. That's what he gave up 6 freaking runs.
Right, but no one else had to get used.
Right, but that just tells you, you could have went out there. He wouldn't have cared. As long as you could have got through 6 innings with your arm lying on the ground next to you, Murphy would have been like, good job.
Yeah,
all right, here we go.
Yeah,
good
and
job.
I mean, this is, if you're going to punt on results,
that's what they did. Then
that was exactly what they needed out of Bruce Zimmerman, no?
Anybody could have done that. Yes, but yes, that's what they wanted.
Well,
6 innings.
and
They would have pitched Zimmerman 130 pitches to get 6. They would not have cared about his arm.
Do you remember the last game that Quinn Priester lost? Do you remember the dates off the top of your head?
No.
May 24th. Okay, that's the last
3
time.
days before my birthday.
May 24th. That was in Pittsburgh, and that was Carlos Rodriguez. Hey, you're coming in, and if your arm falls off, whatever. What, 2-hour rain delay? Yep. Okay, Carlos Rodriguez, get back out there. You're going. It's just moments like that to get you through a point, right? And especially if the goal now here is not necessarily even the 1 seed. The goal is that the team is healthy as they can be for that first series in October. Bruce Zimmerman, clap it up for him, right? I mean, that's what they were looking for. Of course he's going to say, good job, Spark.
But the other part about this is, because I'm kind of confused. So they're clearly punting, but at the same time, should I be reading into what this lineup looks like? Should I be reading into the fact that Jake Bauers is on the field every day playing at first base instead of Vaughn and Rhys Hoskins? Please tell me, for the love of God, and I know you love the man and have a man.
Well, he's
crush,
in left field today.
but please tell me, for the love of God, we're not forcing Jake Bauers to be in playoff games starting in a divisional round, because Jake Bauers does not belong starting in a divisional round game. If I watch divisional round and he starts every game somewhere, I'm not gonna be pleased with
First
it.
of all, he's not gonna start any games. You know what he's going to do? He's going to be his pinch hit lefty role, which, by the way, last year worked out beautifully for him. Yeah,
I like that role.
It was, hey, Rhys Hoskins making $17 million. Yeah, we're gonna take the bat out of your hands and we're gonna give it to this guy named Jake and see what he can do. And then he set the city on fire, and Sal Frelick just poured gasoline on it the very next at bat too. And that will be a role I think that he will shine in, at least give opportunity in for Jake Bauers. Andrew Vaughn, you can't take him off the field right now, Sparky. There's no doubt about that he will be the starting.
Doing that?
Well, again, does he need to play these games? Does he need to? Why?
Yes.
Why?
Because he's hot. You don't take a hot bat off a guy's hand.
They're not going to play again until
they're
not going to play again for a week anyway. Everyone's going to cool off from there.
I do not care. I want him to play all the way out and get as many at bats as you can. Contain it being as hot as possible going out here.
If you're going to
Caleb Durbin's hitting 300 this month.
Yeah, Durbin looks great, and he's batting in the 6th spot today, right? And looking at the lineup even more so, the last 3 days, this is how they've rocked with this top 3. It's been Yelich, Churio, Turang. It has not really worked out very well. And I did hear you speaking about it on Wisconsin Sports Daily. I believe it was yesterday. I agree with you. Sal Frelick is going to be batting leadoff. I love when Sal Frelick is in the leadoff spot. But I think also another person I would love to see move just a little bit down. If you want to pretend hey, that 5 spot might as well be a second leadoff spot, I'd like to see Churio there. They're not going to do that. They won't. They're going to put Turang there. But I don't think that taking the bat out of Bryce Turang's hand is necessarily a good idea. I would like to see him get the most possible at bats, and I would like to see Frelick and Contreras and
I think
Turang to do that as well.
Yeah, I think the more likely scenario is Turang is going to bat 5 at that spot.
100%.
You're gonna have Yelich, Churio, Contreras 2, 3, 4 behind Frelick. Then Turang's at 5. Then Vaughn probably at 6. At that moment, and then 7 becomes Isaac Collins. Maybe is 7.
This has been very, very cool. You want to talk about cooled off,
ever since he had the kid.
Yeah.
And then after that, then it's Durbin Ortiz at the end. Mr. Bases loaded every time I go to a bat. Joey Ortiz. I want somebody to do research and find out what's the record for somebody coming up with a bases loaded in one season. I don't care what they do. I'm just saying, coming up with the bases, Joey Ortiz has got to be surrounding some type of record for that, Brewers or otherwise.
I completely agree. I have never seen anything like it. It feels like every other game he's coming up with the bases loaded. It's an unbelievable occurrence, and he leads Major League Baseball in bases loaded ABs. As no one is surprised if you're watching Brewers games. It is the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz, Steve Sparky Fifer here with you for the next 40 minutes or so. Austin Herdina going to join us on the other side of this first break. Drew Wagner coming up as well, as we'll go inside the clubhouse with him, presented by Focus Baseball at 12:40. Sparky's down at Moe's in Tosa. He's going to be there till 5 o'clock. Make sure you go say hi to him.
Hey, not only come say hi, but I got a chance for somebody to come out here and win tickets to see Adam Sandler, the You're My Best Friend tour, October 5th at Fifer Forum. I mean, it's Adam Sandler, for God's sakes. Come out here, scan the QR code, have your chance to win the tickets. See Adam Sandler October 5th. But I'm only out here to 5 o'clock, so chop, chop.
Make sure you get down there if you want your chance to win some Adam Sandler tickets. It is the leadoff show. We are live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Let's get to Austin next.
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Welcome back to the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz, Steve Sparky Fifer here with you. I'm at the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan studios powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Sparky down at Moe's in Tosa. Go say hi to him. Scan that QR code. Get a chance to get some free Adam Sandler tickets if you want. And say hi to Sparky. That's the most important thing, too. Lineup today.
Water, or is this something else? Let's find out.
Okay. Brewers lineup, in case you missed it earlier in the show. Water, we're good.
Keep listening. You'll see.
Christian Yelich to lead things off. He is the DH. Jackson Churio in center field will bat second. Bryce Terang, the second baseman, will bat third. Andrew Vaughn at first base bats fourth today, while Sal Frelick's in right field batting fifth. Caleb Durbin is at third base batting sixth. Jake Bowers in left field bats seventh today. Andrew Monasterio, the shortstop, will bat eighth. Danny Jansen rounds things out. He is the catcher batting ninth.
At the wall, looking up. See you later.
Let's get the latest on today's odds for the game. What's the best way to go? Let's check in with our expert from the Potawatomi Sportsbook to find out. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Joining us now on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law, the sportsbook manager over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, our guy each and every day here on the leadoff show. It is Austin Herdina joining us now. Austin, how are we doing today, my friend?
Pretty good. Not too thrilled with the loss yesterday, but at least the Phillies lost. So
yeah.
That's good.
Yes, that's kind of what we're all looking at, is just hopefully the Phillies keep losing, because the Brewers can't buy a win, it feels like right now. Austin, you live at the Sportsbook now?
You know what? I'm actually not in today. I'm at home right now, but I'll be there all the next 5 days.
Yeah, I mean, everyone needs a day off every once in a while. It feels like Austin's working every day anyway, even when he's taking vacations on cruises. It feels like he's always still putting in work for us here. Austin Herdina joins us on the on the Gruber Law guest hotline here. Austin, betting odds today, courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook, I think for the first day today, are favoring the San Diego Padres, and it feels like the Brewers have kind of given up on the regular season right now. That's what me and Sparky were talking about earlier. I don't know if the betting lines are justifying that. If you feel the same way, Brewers plus 120 on the money line, plus 1.5 will get you minus 210 on the run line in favor of Milwaukee, and the over-under, 7.5 today. Austin, what are we looking at today to build a nice little parlay for the people?
You know, I don't know if it's as much of the Brewers not playing the best, but I think the Padres are just playing really well. You know, they're finishing the season strong. They just clinched their playoff spot.
Oh, stop. Stop. No, don't do this. No, don't do this, because people are going to think you're sitting at Moe's Irish Pub at the bar drinking right now, making statements like that.
This is why I always tell Austin whenever Sparky is on the show with me in that phone call beforehand.
Padres are playing great. We pitched Bruce Zimmerman. It could have been Oak Creek High School hitting last night. It wouldn't have mattered. Don't give too much credit to the Padres. That's all I'm saying. I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
Well, on that front, I actually like the Padres today. Okay. I do think that they are playing really well. Padres minus 1.5 actually is my pick of the day.
All right.
I also really like Gavin Sheets to get a hit, and I think Yelich in the leadoff spot is going to come through the hit as well. You put those three together, it's plus 510 in a parlay.
Plus 510, courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook today. It is Padres minus 1.5 on the run line. Christian Yelich to record a hit and Gavin Sheets to record a hit as well. Austin Herdina, Sportsbook manager at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, joining us here each and every day on the leadoff show. Austin, I know you guys aren't going to be utilizing that shuttle service today as the game is on the road, but a big weekend in Cincinnati. I know you guys are going to do everything in your power of anyone who wants to go to the game. You will get them a ride there. How might the people do that, Austin?
Yeah, any home games, including playoffs that we have left this year, we have the shuttle. So if you are making a bet in the sports book of $5 or more on the day of the game, ask for a bracelet. That bracelet's going to get you on the shuttle. It leaves right from our sportsbook area that we call the annex. It's right around the corner from our sportsbook counter. If you're taking a meal or a drink at the sportsbook area, get a bracelet as well, because that's going to count as well. It's a great way to get a ride, avoid the high parking fees, get a ride to and from the game, maybe have a few drinks before you go if you want, but have a good time and get home safely. And just, as little as a $5 bet is going to get you on that shuttle.
Super easy indeed. Austin, what else is coming up? People need to know about happening over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Big Sunday night football game as well, if you don't remember, Packers playing.
Yes, Sunday night, Packers and Cowboys, right? We got Micah Parsons going back to Dallas for the game. It's going to be a good one. We got Sunday night. If you want to book your seats, head to potawatomi.com, click on reservations, and you'll be able to book your table for Sunday night. If you're looking at coming in Saturday or Sunday, we got some great college football matchups this week as well. LSU and Ole Miss, Oregon and Penn State, I believe.
And Bama, Georgia this weekend too.
Bama, Georgia. We got some great matchups. So if you're looking at coming in for that, UFC again as well. Should be a great football weekend.
Did anyone of your colleagues in the Potawatomi Sportsbook say, never bring back Sparky again after this past Monday night? Or was everything smooth as far as you heard as well with Sparky hanging around for Monday Night Football?
I heard pretty good things. What do you think, Sparky? How do you think it went?
I'll tell you what I think. So I get there and I'm doing my Packers trivia. Hey, let's do Packers trivia. You know how this goes. I walk up to people. Hey, man, you a Packers fan? No, man, I'm a Vikings fan. Hey, man, you a Packers fan? No, I'm a Bears fan. Hey, man, you a Packers fan? No, I'm a Lions fan. And then there was this Cowboys fan that was there. Decked to the nines. He was looking smooth operator, right? Looking all good. That dude knew more Packers trivia than anybody in the room. Every time somebody got one wrong, this dude yelled out. Now, is there a ban on Cowboy fans for the game on Sunday night? Because I feel like there's a lot of Cowboy fans in southeastern Wisconsin, mostly bandwagon jumpers, but either way.
I think there should be. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I haven't looked into that yet, but we might want to check them at the door.
No, all I got to do is say, hey, go to the annex. Go be with your people. Yeah. But here in the sports book, this is where all the Packer fans are going to be. Yeah.
Well, let's see if it pans out that way. Hopefully we can fill the place with Packers fans. One more time, parlay for the people today. Padres 1.5 on the run line. Christian Yelich and Gavin Sheets to each record a hit. It'll pay plus 510. Courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Austin, have a great rest of your day, my friend. We'll do it again later. And, of course, go Brewers.
That's right. Let's get this number 1 seed. Go Brewers.
There it is. Austin Herdina jumping off the Fan Guest Hotline powered by Gruber Law. One call. Right. That's all.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do the Brewers get the 1 seed on a win or on a loss?
Gosh.
Because you were mad they didn't get the NL Central on a win. So I'll ask you, are they going to get it on a win or a loss? Will we be celebrating the 1 seed after a loss? And will there be beer and champagne to celebrate a 1 seed?
This is what I think.
The key to building a winner in baseball is a strong minor league system. Who are the names we should know? How did they play in their last game? Ironworkers Local 8 brings you Building a Winner. Building Milwaukee's future, one beam at a time. Apply now at iwl8.org.
If there's champagne, I will lose my mind on this radio. If they pop champagne for losing the 1 seed, I will lose it. All right. You want to see loser talk.
That's a big deal, man, to have the number 1 overall seed in the NL going in. That is kind of a big deal, even though they're not treating it like it right now. But no, it's not. They've only been the 1 seed, 2 times, 3 times in the history of the organization? It's not like they're the 1 seed every year.
This building, let's get into Building a Winner, presented by Ironworkers Local 8. They do a great job supporting the leadoff show. Love the Ironworkers. I haven't seen them in a while. Feel like we should set that up. See my guy Jose over there. Kim, another one that was great. Got to meet them when they came to the Potawatomi Sportsbook during the NFL draft season, but I haven't seen them since then. I actually wanted to just do, because we have a little bit of time here before we get to Drew Wagner, Forbes Sports. There's no games to recap, obviously. I will tell you right now, that the final game of the season, Sunday, I will have a top 20 list. I will have a top 20 list of the prospects I am the most excited about to close it out for the regular season. Today on Building a Winner, I wanted to bring up a point with you, Mr. Fifer, because while you might not think that you're all in on the minor league system, you're definitely all in on a lot of the top guys right now in the minor league system, a la Jesus Made, Luis Pena, you name it from there, but specifically about those two. And I want to talk about Jesus Made to start here. At what point, Sparky, do you think that Jesus Made could get some Jackson Chourio treatment? Maybe next year. I know he's a year younger at the time. Like he's going to be 19, right? And Chourio was 20 when things really started to ramp up, but it was 19 when they were discussing and hearing about him. I am wondering if they will take a similar approach as to how they did with Jackson Chourio and try to lock him up long-term, similar to what we've seen with other top prospects around Major League Baseball now. And do you think that those conversations can start next season for Jesus Made?
I think they'd like him to start after next season. The difference is I think Made's on this roster in September. That's the difference. I think he starts at AA with Biloxi. He's in Nashville by June, July. If he plays well at Nashville at AAA, I think there's every opportunity, if he's playing well, that he's on this roster by the end of August and has a chance to be on a playoff roster in September. Yeah, I've got him in the playoffs already. Deal with it. That's what I think. Todd Rosiak just did like a mailbag type deal on the Brewers minors. And he didn't think Made would be up here. His guy that he thinks has a chance to be on this roster next year is Brock Wilken as a third baseman. If he plays well at the start of next year and can actually stay healthy, which he has not been able to do to this point. So that was his guy.
Well, and I also think that Blake Burke enters that conversation with how great he was at the end. Another guy who's predominantly been at first base, but, you know, they've teased around like him and Adams at corner infield just in general. But the reason I bring it up with Made is the most replaceable position, it feels like, could be shortstop next year with Joey Ortiz. I think Caleb Durbin's going to be on this team, and they're going to have Andrew Vaughn at first base to start it off, and they have every outfielder position all called up and everything ready to go. Shortstop, I think, is obviously the question mark with Joey Ortiz's play. He has a great glove, and his bat is up and down all over the place. He got a hit yesterday, so kudos to him for that. But I think that your take of Made getting a chance in September doesn't sound all that crazy. But do you think he gets a contract before his chance in the big leagues, similar to a Chourio?
No, I don't think so. I think they'll get him through the second year. And then I think next offseason. So they won't do it now because I think everybody's anticipating a strike or a lockout or whatever the hell is going to happen after next season, right? So I think they'll wait to have that conversation until the new CBA is done, figure what the parameters are, and then they'll go have the conversation with Made then, because there's no use doing it before then, in my opinion. So I think that's how that goes. As far as shortstop goes, maybe I'm nuts, but isn't this lineup coming back intact? Doesn't everybody come back, right? Vaughn's at first, second base is Terang, Ortiz, Caleb Durbin at third, unless they get a free agent.
Yeah, I mean, you remember, it's like everyone is under control next year.
Everybody.
Still.
Contreras is back. The whole outfield is back. So I think everybody's back, and we haven't even talked about Gary Mitchell, where he fits into all of this. But,
he doesn't.
I mean, that's another. They're going to give him every opportunity. You're not trading a guy that's been hurt all season.
Would you rather rock with Garrett Mitchell right now next year or Isaac Collins? That's the question.
I think Garrett Mitchell has more upside.
Oh, wow.
But I don't know if Garrett Mitchell can stay healthy. That's a big gamble.
I mean, that's the only question, right? I mean, you're not taking Blake Perkins off this team. You're not taking Frelick or Chourio or Yelich out of that outfield rotation.
I'd trade Blake Perkins tomorrow. I mean, I'm not obsessed with Blake Perkins.
All right, I got to end this segment after that.
Defensively, he's a stud. I'm not saying he's not defensively a stud, but is he enough offensively to be like, oh, I can't trade him? No. If I can get a real third baseman to play and Perkins goes in the deal with one of these pitchers or whatever to get a legit third baseman that I can have under control for 2 or 3 years until everybody's ready to come up here, yeah, I think I'd consider trading Blake Perkins. Yes, I do.
I am going to say this, that I do not condone those words from Mr. Fifer, and he comes on to my show trying to just spew all of this garbage about Blake Perkins not being valuable to this team. I do
Take it another step forward. Hold on.
Gosh.
Let's go further.
Who are you going to say next here? Who are you going to say? Go ahead.
I'll ask you, who's untouchable? When this offseason comes, and you're like, okay, I've got to find a bat for third. Maybe I need a starter. Maybe I need a reliever, whatever. Who do you say not trading him, right? So
Terang,
Churio.
Frelick, Churio,
Okay.
Yelich.
Not with that Yelich.
Oh my gosh. All right. Let me end this segment, please.
No,
I can't even.
not
What do you
Yelich.
want me to do with this conversation?
If anything, you could move Yelich at the highest price point.
He's going to 3,100. Who else can do that on this team?
I understand, but I'm just saying he's at the highest price point he'll be the rest of his career right now.
I made it 40 minutes with agreeing with everything you said, and I wasn't getting angry. We've been having some heated conversations on these airwaves the last week and a half or so, anytime we deal with each other. And I was like, you know what? We're taking a step in the right direction today.
We are.
And then you're trying to trade everyone on this team. Like, what are you doing?
I just said untouchable, meaning I'm not listening to conversations on whoever it may be. I think Churio's my only untouchable. I'm willing to listen on everybody else.
The only one I can't. We're never going to get out of this conversation if I keep going. Drew Wagner, Forbes Sports, going to join us on the other side. It is
Somebody's
the
interested trade for Tommy
show.
Wortz. Call me
Live from the 12. Wow, I'm traded now. Even
I'll trade anybody. Let's go.
You know what? It's crazy. I control Sparky's microphone just like that. Now you can't even hear him laughing. It's crazy. It is the leadoff show live from the 1250 AM 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Drew Wagner next.
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM.
I mean, you are just shining now, Spark. Like, this is your golden hour, it looks like, right here.
Yeah, man, let's go.
Shout out to IT Ed for the light. Christian Yelich to lead things off here. He is the DH. Jackson Churio in center field will bat second. Bryce Terang at second base will bat third. Andrew Vaughn at first base bats fourth today. Sal Frelick in right field will bat fifth. Caleb Durbin at third base will bat sixth. Jake Bowers in left will bat seventh. Andrew Monasterio, the shortstop, batting eighth. Rounding things out for the crew, the catcher, Danny Jansen.
What's the latest on the crew? Let's go inside the clubhouse with Drew Wagner of Forbes Sports on the leadoff show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM. The Fan. Inside the clubhouse is brought to you by Focus Baseball. Join their fall mini camps at focusbaseball.com.
Are you burning popcorn over there? What's going on?
I don't know, man. It just made a loud sound. There's two beautiful women sitting over here to the table, and we almost just absolutely made them deaf. And that last, I'm like, hey, I just thought of something. So I'm going to have Peacock go to my car and get sunglasses now that this light is on. I think I may wear sunglasses the rest
Joining us now on the Fan Guest Hotline, I forgot to warn him, Sparky was on the show. Drew Wagner, at by Andrew Wagner, joining us here. Uncle Drew, how we doing today, my friend?
After everything I've been through this morning, now I got to deal with Sparky too.
Yeah, I know. I told Austin. I didn't tell you. I should have. I apologize for that. And Drew, it's been hard to really talk about anything from yesterday's game and not look a little bit forward with this Brewers team. As far as the approach for Milwaukee, are you concerned at all that maybe they might just think about crawling to this finish line right now as opposed to going out and getting this one seed right in San Diego? They got some help with Philly yesterday, but the performance on the field hasn't been great over the last couple of nights.
No, it really hasn't. They have not looked like themselves. Listen, it hasn't helped that they've faced some pretty decent pitching along the way, and it's not an excuse. It's just a fact of life. The Padres have a lot more on the line right now than the Brewers do. That's just a statement of fact. Yes, you're trying to lock down the one seed. It's in your control. You're trying to balance resting guys and being competitive. You're balancing out some injuries in the pitching staff and some overuse of the bullpen. There's a lot of different things at play. If they completely stink it up today and through the weekend, then maybe I'm a little bit concerned. But I would expect them, even if they don't pull it out today, you come home, you're going to have the crowd. It's going to be a juiced up atmosphere because the Reds are playing for something. Brewers trying to lock down that seed. Like I think they're going to finish all right. I'm not concerned.
Not concerned yet, Drew Wagner. Plenty of opportunity for that to be here. Chad Patrick returning back to the team today, or returning back to the starting rotation again with the team today. Just seems like he's always bitten by some unlucky offensive performances. Yesterday we saw with Bruce Zimmerman really just eating innings for that time. Do you see the Brewers taking a similar approach with Patrick today where, hey, their goal is health now for October to get everyone ready to go? Do you think if he finds himself in a similar situation to Zimmerman yesterday, they find themselves doing the same thing with Chad Patrick today?
I think probably. I mean, they don't have a lot of options right now. You just don't have all of your horses at your disposal. It sounds like an excuse. It's literally a statement of fact. They're not going to leave him out there and hang him out there to dry if he gets roughed up in the first inning. But they need to get 5-6 out of him today. He only threw, I think, 75, or was it 75 or 57 his last time out? It was a pretty low pitch count his last time out. They're hoping to get some length out of him. That's the most important thing right now. Just get length, keep everyone healthy, keep everyone sharp, don't burn anybody out. Lock down that one seed, and then go in and get your break for a couple days.
Sparky, got anything quick for Drew before we let him go?
I saw Trevor McGill doing a bullpen session. Looks pretty good from what I could tell watching on FanDuel Sports Network, Wisconsin. This is a big deal for me. Like, if McGill is healthy for the divisional round, that bullpen looks a million times better than if he's not, Drew.
Yeah, absolutely, because it puts everything else into place too, right? You know, we always hear about that. You build your bullpen from the back to the front. Once McGill's back and effective and healthy in that ninth inning spot, that lets you move Uribe back to the eighth, or maybe even in an early game closer role, you know, the starting closer, for lack of a better term, which Nick Mears has been using right now. One inning makes a huge difference, and people don't realize that. When you can slot everyone back in to the spot they've been in all year, you have everything covered. That buys you one inning from the starter. You know, you can go to your bullpen one inning earlier than you might have, one hitter earlier than you might have, because you have that ninth inning covered and you're not having to save guys for the back end.
Drew Wagner each and every day here on the Leadoff Show. Plus, you'll find him tomorrow on the Mason Crosby Show at 1 o'clock. So, Drew, I will talk to you then. Have a good rest of your night, my friend.
You too. Bye, Sparky.
Bye-bye.
How does the crew win today's game? Who needs to step up? Let's find out with the keys to the game. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM. The Fan.
Drew jumps
I
up.
got something.
Oh gosh, can I get the close out here?
Sorry.
Radio stuff.
Didn't somebody tell me Jefferson Cuero had a locker at some point for the Brewers?
Yes, he did. In St. Louis.
So he left. He didn't come to San Diego. He was just randomly hanging out with the team to celebrate and then got out of there.
Yeah,
Came
I
in
guess
for the party.
Just good vibes for one of the top prospects. Yeah, right?
Murphy never said.
No, nothing. No comment on Cuero other than he had a locker in St. Louis.
That's nice.
Do you really want to see him at this point? Like what?
Yeah.
Oh,
yes, I do.
All
Over
right.
Danny Jansen? Yes. Yeah. I want to see him. Yeah.
Key to the game today
Absolutely.
is just turning some ship of the vibes around. Because right now, like you said, when I got to do an hour show and agree with Steve Sparky Fifer for 95% of it,
that means Terang's not untouchable.
That's
what you just said.
That was a part of the 5%. All right. I was very anti that because I think, quite frankly, that's their next goal. I think they're going to try to lock up Terang and Frelick, and that's what me and Drew are talking about. And I think that's going to be awesome for the future if they do that as well. Just stop.
What kind of money are we talking? What kind of money are you thinking you're going to pay these dudes?
One of the best second basemen in the entire league. I'll pay him whatever he wants. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, let's look up the numbers and see if it makes sense. That's all I'm saying. They only have so much money here, Tommy. This is not the Dodgers.
I understand.
They have to make choices.
You can have that conversation on Wisconsin Sports Daily, which is coming up, served up by Wendy's. Sparky will be at Moe's in Tosa until 5 o'clock today, and I'll be back with the Fan post-game show. Spark, thank you so much, my man.
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you so much. Moe's Irish Pub. Come on out till 5 o'clock. Chance to win You're My Best Friend tour tickets to see Adam Sandler at Fifer Forum on October 5th. Must come out here today up until 5 o'clock to have a chance to scan that QR code. Moe's Irish Pub in Tosa, baby. Come watch the game with me.
Brewers Padres, don't forget. Send them home.
I won't forget.